So in a very simple way, if you say, well, what does this practice look like then? How do I practice a happy attitude, Aaron? I'm going to give you 3 ways, as I love to do. But this would be the first way, is love your life. Be engaged with your life, not just the mountaintop moments, but the valley moments as well, right? Love every moment of your life. Be so grateful for your life. Be so grateful to be this person. Be grateful for being able to explore and discover who you are through the vehicle of this person. I know that this avatar that everyone calls Aaron Abke is ultimately not real. It's not what I am, essentially. But it is the medium through which what I am is expressing itself. And so because of that, I love Aaron Abke. I love being Aaron Abke. Not because Aaron Abke has a platform or anything like that, but because Aaron Abke is a part of who God is. And so to love your life is to wake up in the morning with gratitude. You wake up, eyes pop open, happiness should be there to greet you. Ah, what a beautiful morning. You get up, you go through your morning routine, you meditate on love. Ah, thank you, God, for your love today. I'm so grateful to experience your love today. You go into the kitchen, you start pouring your coffee, and you're just enjoying the smell of the coffee beans. You walk out into your backyard, you feel the warm sunlight on your face. Ah, thank you, God, for sunlight today. That is devotion, y'all. That's the practice of devotion. You're committed to being in gratitude for everything. You're committed to having a happy attitude towards everything. Even if your partner is upset and flustered and frustrated, you can have a happy attitude towards that. And maybe they're upset at you for something, and rather than lowering your vibration to their level and getting defensive or whatever, you maintain that frequency of happiness and you meet them where they are with your happiness. Which again, isn't this jovial, everything's great. No, you're able to meet somebody where they are. You're just not lowering your frequency to where they are. You see the difference? If someone's upset, I'm not going to say, well, come on, buck up, champ, it's all good. I'm going to let them be where they are, but I'm going to maintain an aura of happiness towards them. If they have an upset to express, I'll say, I would love to hear what you have to say. Would you like to talk? Let's sit down and have a conversation. You're just shining. You're just shining. That's devotion. That is the hallmark of a true devotee. Somebody who is far down the path of devotion is carrying a happy attitude towards everything. No reason happiness. Happiness is how to be here. Happiness is how you be present with your life, because happiness must come from appreciating and enjoying what's arising in this present moment. So the question to always ask yourself is, can I just be happy with the way this moment is right now? And if the ego's having a hard time finding something to be happy for, then you just look for the closest, most available thing to be grateful for. Thank you, God, for fresh water to drink. See, the ego is completely outnumbered, you guys. The ego's lack is a total illusion that it's projecting everywhere, but it actually exists nowhere, right? There isn't actually lack anywhere. It is being imagined in the mind. But what is everywhere is abundance. Yeah? What is everywhere are blessings from above. The fresh water to drink is a blessing. The comfortable seat to sit in is a blessing. Being able to be with you all right now is a blessing. So you can just look to your surroundings and start being grateful for what's right there. And you got the ego outnumbered, because there's infinite things in reality to be grateful for. But there's nothing in reality to feel is lacking, to feel upset about. You have to go into story mode, imagination, fantasy land, to think that something imperfect is happening or that something you need is lacking from you right now. So happiness grounds you in reality. It grounds you in the present moment. The less present you are, the less happy you are. And the more present you are, the more happy you are. So happiness is much more than just being in a good mood. Happiness is a disposition of unconditional acceptance and gratitude for what is. So even when a painful emotion surfaces, you can have a happy attitude towards it. You can say, welcome, sorrow. I welcome you here. Come be sorrowful with me. And you can just have an Olaf-like attitude towards it. The first practice has to be this extreme mindfulness that we carry towards outcome happiness, right? We have to first become aware of where the ego's taking us away from happiness. If we're not noticing all the outcomes ego is shoving onto the pedestal, we won't notice the way that ego is carrying us from moment to moment, always looking to the next outcome, the next moment, the next email I have to send, the next chore I have to fulfill. And most people are going through life this way, right? There's always a task on the ledger of the computer in the brain that's processing. Next task, next task. And so we're just always in a little bit of a future moment. So we have to first become aware of that tendency of the ego to keep us in the rat race, climbing up the mountain, chasing outcomes. And the way we requalify that is as soon as you notice that you're rushing through life a little too fast, you notice you're going through your day a little bit too fast, and you go, wait a minute, I'm chasing outcomes right now. I'm frantically hurrying from one moment to the next to get things done. And we go to the mantra for the second belief, right? We find the outcome that ego has on the pedestal, and we say, this outcome cannot give me anything that I want. You're just remembering what's true. What I want is not an outcome. What I want is to be in love with reality as it is right now. What I want is peace of mind in this moment right now. That's what I really want. So another way we can do this is, even when you are feeling happy, ask yourself why you feel happy. And this is a really potent practice that is also difficult to do, because when we're happy, when we feel happy, we tend to not want to think about it much or contemplate it much. We just want to enjoy it while it's there, because we're used to only having happiness as a fleeting state and not a permanent state of being. So when we feel happy from some good thing that happened, we don't really stop to question why we're feeling happy. But remember, duality is a two-sided coin, yeah? So if you're resisting painful moments, you're also going to be clinging to pleasurable moments. And so we don't want to just notice when we're resisting painful moments. We want to also notice when we're attaching to pleasurable moments. So how do we cultivate awareness of outcome happiness when it's happening? Is anytime you're happy, get in the habit of asking yourself, why do I feel happy right now? And it's absolutely fine to be happy or feel joyful because of something that happens. That's happiness too, right? Happiness meets the present moment. But if you notice that you're only happy because there's an expectation of, I got a vacation coming this weekend, I got a massage this afternoon, you're noticing that's why I'm in such a good mood. My mind is looking forward to a future moment. Then you say, no, don't need to look forward to that. I'll be happy when it happens, but I'm actually happy because of this moment. And just bring yourself back to the present moment. Catch yourself looking for outcomes as often as you can, and keep taking them down from that pedestal. Keep grounding yourself in happiness and gratitude for what is right now in this moment. This is how you requalify outcome happiness. You requalify it by bringing yourself back to the present moment and making sure your happiness is always dependent upon now, here, what is. You can also begin practicing happiness. This is our second tip here. From the attitude that happiness is the greatest service to others that you can give. Happiness is like the baseline level of service you can offer anyone. We talk a lot about service to others and being of service, and we have a tendency to think that being of service has to look like this big, huge deal, feeding the poor or something. And that is service to others, but service to others begins by your ability to just be happy with people, doesn't it? Because think about it, if you can't give somebody a happy attitude, what good can you really give them? How can you really serve them if you can't even just be happy in their presence? But on the other hand, just by being happy towards somebody, think about all the ways you're serving them. Think about all the gifts that you're giving somebody when you're happy in their presence. Your happiness gives them a space to feel accepted as they are, doesn't it? When you're happy around people, they feel accepted by you. So, what a beautiful gift to give somebody. They feel accepted when they're around me. That's service to others. Your happiness gives them an uplifted frequency, because like attracts like, right? When you're truly radiating a joyful disposition, then other people get happier when they're around you. So you make other people happy when you're happy. What a gift. What a service. Your happiness gives people a reassurance that all is well, right? When somebody's lost in anxiety and fear and separateness, then being around somebody who's happy, at peace inside, a nice, smiling, joyful, calm disposition, you're giving them through your energy a reassurance like, all is well, my brother. All is well, my sister. You may be suffering, you may be in pain, but look at me. All is well. That's a huge gift to give somebody who's suffering, right? Your state of being, your happiness, is the undeniable living proof to everyone you meet that inner peace is available. Your happiness is hope to those you meet. Your happiness shows them what God is like. Your happiness is the light that you give, right? So by seeing happiness as service to others, you will have a very powerful attraction to this practice. You'll become very dedicated to, I gotta become happy. I gotta live from happiness, because being happy is the greatest gift I can give to the world. And man, you guys, that is incredibly motivating to live from that place. If you want to be of service to the world, be happy. Be happy always. So happiness as service to others is the second way to visualize, to be motivated, and to practice happiness. Number 3, and we touched on this a little bit, is laugh more. Be more joyful. Laugh at life experiences. Be willing to have a sense of humor about life, because happiness, or laughter rather, is joy. Laughter is an effect of happiness. And as the Course says, really what we did worse than anything was we forgot to laugh. We started taking life so damn seriously and being so somber and heavy about everything. And really, reality's joy. Reality's a gift. It is a gift to be alive. And so laughing at things, learning to laugh at things, really develops that awareness very fast. I mean, this practice is so potent in its effects in terms of the way you actually start to experience your consciousness shifting when you make a radical commitment to being happy. And part of that radical commitment is being willing to laugh at things. Practice having a strong sense of humor towards your challenges. Laugh at yourself when you slip back into ego consciousness. When the ego says or thinks or does something through you that slips by, as soon as you notice it, laugh at it. The ego is just a total contradiction of reality. And so the enlightened mind doesn't see the ego as this enemy to be fought against or to eliminate, or a foe to wage war with. The enlightened mind sees the ego as something to laugh about. To be in total delusion and denial of truth is funny from the enlightened mind's perspective. And isn't laughter a very powerful way of realizing truths? Isn't that why we love listening to stand-up comedians? And why stand-up comedians in our culture actually play a really important role in calming down the collective polarization and all the taboo topics that we're so serious about. Comedians get on stage and they make jokes about those things. And we all can finally laugh and let off some steam and stop taking everything so damn seriously. Stop taking ourselves so seriously. And through laughter, through being able to laugh at, the left, the right, the this, the that, this ideology, that ideology, it loses its potency in the mind. Laughter releases that steam, right, that the ego is trying to build up. So being able to laugh at things that the ego wants to take seriously is an extremely powerful tool. But more so than everything, this third step is really just practicing loving your life, finding joy in the simple things. Because God is in everything, right? Your day is filled with countless beautiful moments. Even if you stay home all day and don't even go outside, every moment in God's reality is beautiful and full of meaning and full of truth and full of life. And if you have a happy attitude, you'll have the eyes to see it. And you'll laugh more. Things will slide off of you. You won't take everything so dang seriously. But if you're always looking to the next outcome, you'll miss those beautiful moments, right? So practicing laughter, practicing gratitude for life is a very overlooked spiritual discipline. Even the 2-week experience I had, which you all know so much about, how did that experience happen, if you remember? I literally laughed myself out of ego consciousness. Eckhart was making those jokes about the ego and kind of making light of things the ego says. And I started laughing through the recognition of, yeah, that's exactly what my ego says to me. And I started to laugh. And the more I laughed, the more I saw how fake it all was. And I kind of just ended up laughing myself into a samadhi state for 2 weeks. And that is what gave me the glimpse of what is truly available in this life. That not only is it absolutely possible to live without suffering, to live happy, but it's inevitable for the soul. We're only moving through a short period of evolution where suffering seems to be the way of things. And it's because the ego has flipped everything inside out, turned everything upside down. And so we're living in a backwards way of perceiving life. And as soon as we straighten out our perception, life is too good to be spoken of. As Rumi said, out beyond ideas of right and wrong, there's a field, and I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, reality is too wonderful to even speak of. It's like there's nothing you can say about how good reality is. How do you represent? How does a devotee even begin to represent what the divine is like? If you're in communion with God in your heart, how could you possibly represent what it is? You surely cannot explain it with words. You surely can't articulate what God is like through words. Words can never do it justice. It has to be experienced. And so instead of trying to tell everyone about this wonderful state you've discovered in yourself, what happens? You exemplify it through your stillness and through the happiness that radiates from you. This is why the Buddha is always pictured with a small smile on his face and big, long, droopy ears. You notice that? The big ears represent what? We've said here before that silence, inner silence, is the state of listening to reality. I'm awake and aware in reality itself. I'm listening for what reality is saying. I'm watching for what reality is doing. And with the big ears, symbolizing being present with reality, paying attention to reality, taking reality in, there's also what? A pleasant smile. Because that pleasant smile is all we need to demonstrate to the world what God is like, what love is like. Love is like happiness. So we don't need to do anything other than to be happy, to not only demonstrate it, but to give it away to everybody in our world. So that's the practice of devotion, you guys. Another way of viewing it is we got to start loving our life. We got to start being grateful, joyful, laughing more, laughing off our mistakes. Stop taking it so seriously, but just know everything's perfect in God's world. And that becomes the highest act of worship for the devotee. Hey everyone, thank you for watching today's video. I hope that you were truly blessed by it. And I wanted to let you know that I'm really excited to now be partnering with an amazing conscious supplement company called ORGANIFI. A lot of you know that I'm also passionate about holistic health and nutrition, and ORGANIFI has been a staple in my daily health routine for a very long time. They make the most delicious, organic, and high-quality superfood products that I've ever come across. And as you know, a healthy body is a great benefit for spiritual growth, because the health of your body directly translates to the health of your mind. Everything is connected. So feeding your body with high vibrational superfoods straight from the earth is one of the best ways to create that environment for a healthy mind. But getting all the superfoods that your body needs in one day can admittedly be a little bit tough. And that is where ORGANIFI can add a ton of value to your life. I personally start every day off with green, which is ORGANIFI's really delicious blend of 11 superfoods like ashwagandha, chlorella, and moringa. And then in the middle of the day, I'll usually have a scoop of red, which is a delicious energy blend full of 13 adaptogens and antioxidants from berries to recharge your mind and body with a delicious blend of organic superfoods. Your body is an amazing organic machine, but it needs the right fuel and signals to function at its best. And red is full of adaptogens sourced from organic herbs and medicinal mushrooms. And these are compounds that balance hormones, prime your energy pathways, and alleviate stress. So instead of crushing your adrenal system with huge doses of caffeine every day, adaptogens work with your body and give you natural, sustained energy all throughout the day. What's most important to me though about ORGANIFI is the way that they go above and beyond to ensure the cleanest and purest ingredients in all of their products. They are USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, certified glyphosate-free, and absolutely zero fillers. So I never go anywhere without ORGANIFI, and I never miss a day without taking it. And ORGANIFI is offering a super generous discount of 20% off of your entire order when you use the coupon code Abke at checkout. So if you want to upgrade your health regimen with ORGANIFI, you can click on the link in the description box below to learn more about all the amazing products that they offer. And I promise you that your mind and your body are going to thank you for it.